Okay, looks like we're live. Hello. Hello, people. Happy Sunday. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. So my mouse feels a little bit weird right now. Hold on. Why is my mouse... Sensitivity feels really off. Whatever. I'll deal with it. So, let's look at... Oh, oops, sorry. I need to also send out the announcement on Discord. Stream notifications. This song feels really fucking loud, by the way. I don't know if it is. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more. Okay, hopefully that works. That does work. Cool. Okay, so one thing... Oh, that's fine. Okay. Because to me, in my ears, it's a little bit louder than it is on stream because I have it turned down. But you guys should also see... Hey, Cuber, how's it going? You guys should be able to see now. I have a new chat overlay up here. I also don't know. I turned on... It's fake. I don't know what you mean it's fake. Also need to reset this fucking program every single time. Sorry. I'm still new to streaming. So one thing that I did was I went in and I changed this to ultra low latency. So hopefully things are a little bit more real time. Holy shit, is that Quellis dev? Massive Quellis dev. I can do this now on YouTube or on Twitch. Shout out Quellis dev. I'm also going to drop a link to your channel in my YouTube chat, because more people are likely to see it on YouTube. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to do today was I wanted to go through and make some sort of like fun effects on attacks, because currently we just have like melee weapons, which is like boring as shit. So I wanted to add something a little bit more like roguelike-y, because currently we just have boring weapons. Which means we're going to have to figure out how we want to do that. Applying the effects are probably going to be the easy part, because my plan is to... Let's find the enemy TSCN. So my thoughts on an ideal setup is just to have like the ability to attach effects to the enemy, and then whenever they're done, whenever they've run out like however many turns they're going to last for, they just disappear. I think that would be kind of cool. So I might do that, because then I could also do something like, sorry, that's Photoshop. That is not Obsidian. If they're on fire, they like put out like fire particles. So let's think about this. So ideally, these would apply every turn. So for example, in the enemy do process, or like whatever entity do process we have, it should be due process. So we would apply effects here. Do I want the enemy to be in charge of applying its effects, or do I want to go through and apply the effects and have those kind of manage it? Don't call me the funny Godot furry guy. Like, only one of those things is true. And it's the Godot part. To clarify, it's the Godot part. Also, I'm a little bit tired today, so I might not have a ton of energy. Because, I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night. If you were here, could you do a quick overview of the apps you're using? There's a few I don't recognize. Sure. So this is Godot. Godot is a game engine. I'm sure you're aware of it. I don't know about funny, by the way, Quellis. I don't know if I'd call myself funny. I I'm using OBS for streaming. I'm sure you're aware of it. Obsidian is the app that I use for note taking. So I can write down different like checkboxes and things. So I have a to-do list to work on. I mean, that's like kind of relevant to the project. I don't know what else. Are there any other programs that you're curious about? Oh, happy birthday to your mom, JW. Good luck on the celebrations. Okay, so let's do... Sorry, I'm still trying to think of how I want to set this up. Whether I want to do... I'm thinking like for fire damage, it's pretty easy, right? Like for fire damage, I could just check every frame and then have them take damage. But if it's stunned, that's obviously like I can just check if we're stunned, and if we are, skip the turn. Weakness and vulnerable are kind of difficult. Weakness might be similar, where whenever the enemy attacks, we kind of just, excuse me, we apply a modifier to the damage and lower it. Vulnerable might be an interesting one. I might... This is where traits would actually be like unbelievably useful. Oh, let me actually... Sorry, I want to check on this before we get too into this. I want to see how... if there's been any update to the trait system. So if anyone doesn't know, we're getting traits in Godot. It's not slated for any update upcoming yet. I did leave a comment, but I don't think there's been any update on this. Okay. Yeah, we're getting traits soon, and I'm really, really excited for it. Sounds about the same. What's the difference? I don't remember what I said, what the difference would be. I imagine I was talking about the effects. Weakness would make the enemy deal less damage. Vulnerable would make the enemy take more damage. But the way that damage is handled right now is the player creates an attack action, and it's handled in here. Whereas the enemy attacking is also an attack action, but I would be able to intercept it before the enemy attacks during the do process function. Because I get the action right here. So I could see... like, I could do some check to see if we have vulnerable and pass the action in. I guess what I'm trying to... I might be trying to shoehorn this a little bit too much to be generic. And I might just need to hardcode these. Like, I can have things that apply every single turn, like fire damage. But I think for, like, weakness and vulnerable, these should maybe be handled a little bit more. Like, we see if they are vulnerable. If they are... we subtract things. So let's do this. So under entity, I'm going to add a function. I think this is how I want to do this. I'll do get effects, which will return an effect, or sorry, an array of effects. And then we will have, I guess for now I can just return like an empty array. Effect is not in the current scope. Yep, so I need to add that. So that would be a component or data class or something like that. We can say it's a data for now. I think that would make sense. So folder effects. I'm not looking at Hanno's damage pipeline. Thank you for the suggestion, but I'm not looking at Hanno's damage pipeline. So for effect, should this be a resource? I don't know if this needs to be a resource. I guess what I was talking about earlier, it would want to be a node 2D, probably. Right, because then we could attach it to the enemy, and whenever the get effects function is called, we can just return relevant effects. Hmm. Oh, you know what I could do, actually? Funk. Well, for now, we'll just do, like... What are the common things effects we'll have? So, they'll last for a certain amount of turns. So, we'll say, like... turns left. So, we'll say, like, 5 or something like that. Then we will have... due process, I guess. For now, all this will do is it'll do turns left. Minus equals 1. Let's see, so this... So on the first turn, it would be 5. I guess I would want to do if turns left. I guess we wouldn't be queue free because it's not a node. Sorry, I'm still trying to think of how I want to set this up. So I can either under entity, wherever you are. I could just have like an array of effects. And have these stored as resources and then clear those as they run out of turns. Or I could do something like this and attach them here and then queue free them when they're done. Because the pro of attaching it to the node is this would be really, really easy to clear any of them as they run out. Because we can just call queue free. The problem with doing an array is if a node runs out mid-process, it would... I couldn't just straight up remove it from the array. I would have to wait till we've processed all of them and then remove it. Let's just decide on one. Fuck it. It's a node. Sends node 2D. Attached. Do process. If turns left. Queue free. Okay, and then this should be fine. And then an enemy. Func get effects. This will just return effects that get children. I think this might... Yeah. But we'll do this. Var effects. If C is effect, we will do effects dot end that child, and then we can just return this out. Okay, that should be fine. I guess this could also be... Okay, hold on. Instead of adding this to the enemy, what if when we register this, so we're gonna have... Okay, I've got an idea. Effects folder is a node. Whenever we create the entity here, effects folder is equal to node.new. And then we can add it to here. And then in the enemy, instead of doing this, this can belong to the entity. That way any entity can have effects. Okay, and then for this, oh, sorry, I didn't see your chat message. Hey, how's it going? I don't remember if you said what I should call you if you were here last time. So I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't speak, I'm assuming Russian, because it's using the Cyrillic alphabet. So under effect, we wanted to do this. Due process will do itself for free. I think that's fine. So then we can have a function called like func tick effects. All that will do is it will say for c in effects holder dot get children if c is effect c dot due process. So now I want to say that that should that should be enough to at least get this to work. So if I go under here and create a fire effect, sure. I don't know why I called that due process. I should have called it tick effect. So let's fix that. Do not call me fartlytic, Tabby. Why don't you call me like fishlytic or something? Like that kind of works, you know? And like this thing's like almost a fish down here. Okay, so now let's say I do... I'm just gonna append a new fire effect on this guy. So I should have effects dot append. No, effect folder add child fire effect dot new. Okay, and then every time, hopefully this works. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's not working. Okay, it totally isn't working. Litbitic. You're saying I'm not worried? I'm not worthy of a fish title? Okay, well, you're not worthy of a fish title either. You haven't completed Loach Bingo, so I don't want to hear it from you. From what I saw, you only got 2 points on Loach Bingo, which is like kind of embarrassing, I won't lie. Okay, so why is this not working? If I go here, tick effects. Loach Bingo got canceled because, I don't know. I wouldn't have had that affect me. I won't lie to you. Like, I don't know. Skill issue. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, that was sick. That's exactly what I wanted that to do. So, do you have what I want? So if I go to game... No. Where are you? Where do you exist? Is it game? Are you an enemy? It'd be like so cool if I named these like enemy or anything like that. Hold on. I'm going to make this easier to debug on myself. Entity. When this gets ready, I'm going to go ahead and say name is equal to entity name. That way... I'm making GTA Vice City. Also, how's it going? Muffina? Okay, do these have names now? Oh, that's sick. No, thanks for that. That's like totally what I wanted. Cool. Do any of these have the name enemy? They don't. That's sick. Okay, so effects holder. Maybe I can find this if I go to stack trace locals and find. I guess I can just look at what this is. This should be a fire effect, is it not? Object ID. It is an effect. Oh, you know what might be the problem? No, that shouldn't be the problem. I'm doing good. How are you doing? We're doing some slow programming right now. But hopefully that doesn't last forever. Okay, so this should be... Owner is not entity. Because there's no owner! Oh my god. Because there's no fucking owner. That's why. Duh. Because it's not... Yeah, owner doesn't work that way. I might be able to do... Let's see. How do I want to do this? This is going to feel really gross to do. Favorite indie game? What is my favorite indie game? I don't know if Terraria still counts. It might not. If Terraria doesn't count, we'll say Project Zomboid. It's not Deep Rock Galactic, brother, and you know it. This is going to feel really gross to do. I'm going to do get parent, because I know it's going to be set up, excuse me, that way. Entity is entity. There we go. Okay, so all these guys are taking fire damage now. Which doesn't exactly show us anything cool. Except for, if I walk up and take a look at this guy, he should be missing HP. He is. He's missing 6 HP. He should be missing 5. Flip. So it should be like this then. Right? This song reminds you of Elder Scrolls? Really? I won't lie, I don't really get that from this song. It is a very, very good song, though. I do love me some Breath of the Wild music. Okay, yeah, so this guy's got 5 HP. All of the other enemies should also have 5 HP. 5, 5, 5, and 5. Sick. No, Undertale's an okay game. It's okay. I didn't enjoy it a ton when I played it, though. The music's really good. The music is really, really good. So that should be fire effect. That's pretty much how I wanted that to work. OFF the goat. I mean, OFF. Is that like off the goat, or like, is that an acronym? The game? I don't know what game OFF is. OFF. What the fuck is this? It's like an evil, fucked up Undertale. It's fucked up. Okay, so we can call that fine for now. How do I want to do stun? How do I control that the fire damage should be dealt per turn? So the way that I'm doing it currently is in entity, we are picking the effect every single time there's a turn taken. So for example, if we look at enemy, before the turn goes, so this is the take turn function, it calls tick effects. So for every effect that the enemy has attached to it, it'll run through that and it'll like take one off of the remaining ticks, and if it has an active effect, it does that. I'm also going to add a couple of variables that might be a little gross. Stunned, vulnerable, and weak. These actually feel really gross to do, but we'll see. So I'm gonna do stun reset. We'll call these like modifiers. And we'll just say stunned equals false. Vulnerable equals false. Weak equals false. So what this now does is, let's say we add an effect called like stun effect. Class name stun effect. Actual extend effect. And on the tick effect function, so we'll do super, and then we will do get parent. Oh, this is still so gross. Get parent dot get parent dot done equals true. Just for now. I'm gonna rewrite this so it ends up being better in just a second, but I want to make sure that this works. And then in enemy, before we do any of this, we'll now say if stunned turn entity action dot new. So this should return like a null action basically, so the entity doesn't do anything. And then we will give our attacks. Is there any mention of the player in here? There isn't. I guess we need a way to apply that. So let's do just that. So for the weapon, we will do export var effects array effect, which effect is a node 2D. This is going to be a problem actually. So I guess there's like a distinction between the effect that gets applied to the enemy and the actual effect while it's on the enemy. Or sorry, I get a better way to say that is like there would be a difference between the weapon having an effect and then what gets attached to the enemy. Are we gonna go next song on this one? I'm gonna keep searching until I find something that fits what I'm feeling right now. And it's not Toad Factory, I'm sorry. Sure. So let's see. I think for now I'll just do like a export var attack type or like effect type. We'll just have an enum in here called effect type. Be none and stun fire just for now. And then if I go to like axe, which should be the weapon I start with, I can say, what? You don't have, where's the effect? Not resolve class weapon. Hey buddy, there you are. Stun, and then perform action if target, if owner has that. Target a process attack. I guess this would also be on the attack, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. I do want to rewrite this as a... I'm actually going to put it to do here. To do change from enum to attack effect class. Because ideally, the class would affect it instead of duplicating this enum. I guess we don't have to duplicate the enum. I can just do can I do that? Does it not work? I guess not. Oh, because okay, I think that should be fine. And then do we have a definition for that inside of enemy? I would imagine not. Okay, that's fine. We can just add it to entity for process attack. So that should do that, I want to say. Let's see if that works. I guess I should also do like print fund. And then every time it ticks, it should also do print. Still stunned. And also the fire effect doesn't need to print anymore. Okay, that did not work because of what? Oh, I know why. No? Let me restart this and see if that fixes it. No. Okay, what's wrong? Attack is equal to weapon.get attack. This should do it. Effect type 0. Okay, well, never mind then. I'm assuming this is my player. Effect type of 1. This really doesn't return with this. Why are you attacking like a gajillion times? Don't do that. So if weapon I get attack, which is not running. Step into. Oh. I forgot that the derived class uses its own method. So now the attack should have an effect type eventually. Let me get rid of breakpoints and then see if that fixes it. Yes, okay, there we go. So he got stunned. So it should be, I guess, since it ticked one time, now it should be like 4 more rounds. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he should start running at me. He's not. Buddy? Oh, I know what the problem is. I forgot to tell it to start working again. So before we tick the effects, we should say reset modifiers. There we go. So that works. Let's do a couple of things. So these will actually belong in the entity class now. Like so. And then inside of enemy, will be here. Then reset modifier should be found. I don't know why you say you're not being able to find it. There we go. So reset modifiers, tick effects, and then if we're stunned, we don't do anything. Cool. There we go. Sick. So now... So, I mean, there's a lot of things we could do with this. Like, for example, since this is a node, whenever it gets added to the scene tree, we could, like, just, like... how am I doing damage numbers, actually? Image number... Because I could just reuse this scene and have it like pop up a message that says like stunned or something. So instead of doing the print stunned here, it would be whenever this is ready. What does super function do? So super is a function that is used to call the base method of the class. So for example, in effect, we have this function called tick effect, which all it does is it subtracts 1 from the turns left. And if it's less than or equal to 0, it'll queue free it, and then it'll stop the rest of the function from running. And calling super is essentially like, as far as I'm aware, in Godot, it's essentially like copy pasting this and then putting it there. You can also do super dot and then call a function. So for example, if we have func like print name or like whatever, and then it's like print or something. If you want to call specifically the super version, I believe you can just do super.print name, which should call that. You could also just do that. But yeah, because what do you mean, huh? Weird. What's huh weird about that, JW? Let me double check what I said. Yeah, so super is... It's a word kind of taken from Java a little bit. In Java, it's only used in the constructor. I believe there is a way to call a base method in Java. I want to say it's called base. Oh no, you can do that. You can actually do that in Java. You can do super dot and then the function name in Java. It's just in Godot. Super is essentially the same as calling this, but they just shorthanded it to just super. Also, let me double check that that's how that works. So essentially what should happen is whenever we see freeing, it shouldn't print still stunned anymore. Hopefully. If it does, that's going to be really... So stunned, still stunned. Freeing. Oh shit. Sorry, I stacked effects. So you get stunned, still stunned, still stunned, still stunned. Okay, no, so it will stun for one more. So it doesn't actually copy paste it. Sorry. I thought it did. Okay. We're gonna say that that is fine. These two still need to be done. And I would like to also include something like use weapon effect class instead of enum. So I'll probably end up rewriting this after all of these are done, mainly because I'm kind of taking a lot of shortcuts just to make this work, and I plan on using something a little bit better. But give me like, let's say like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. I had coffee earlier this morning and it's kind of fucking my stomach up. I had to take a little bit of medicine. Okay, what were we doing? So I wanted to add in a weak effect. Also, hello codes, how's it going? We're doing effects today, so I'm adding some cool effects. Dr. Pepper is not going to help me in the slightest. I took an Alka-Seltzer, what the hell's it called? Like an acid relief thing. Okay, so let's add in under effects, sorry, source, no auto load, effect, weak effect. And we will do extends effect, class name, weak effect. Oh yeah, I wanted to add a better way of doing get parent dot dot weak equals true. So I don't want to do that. That's obviously very gross. So instead, what we can do is under effect, we can add a couple things. So we'll make a separate constructor with turns, which is an int, which by default, we'll just say is like 1. And then we can do another. Sorry, hold on. My microphone is upset. Target, which will be entity. Our target entity. So this one needs to be populated, and so we can say self.target self.turns left equals turns, which you don't specifically need self because this isn't the same name as the parameter, but I will. Could not parse entity. You definitely can. You 100% can. I don't know why you complained for like a frame, but whatever. And then we can just reference target, because we can kind of guarantee that these will be only attached to things that are considered entities. Target dot take damage. Target stunned and target dot weak. So, how are we assigning target? Well, when we attack them, attack action, where is... Could not parse entity. Why are we not parsing entity? Something's wrong. Why are we... Too few arguments. Here we are. There we go. Self. And we'll just do that for now. Self and 5. This... I will also include this. Did you replace 5 with turn amount from weapon effect? Yes. I should also see my other to-dos while I'm here. Not that many. So change from enum, we just wrote that. This sometimes messes up when it shouldn't. I don't know how to fix that. It also hasn't really caused a bunch of issues, so I don't care that much. This crashes sometimes, not anymore. If performance sucks, this is probably why. Where's this app? This is not why. Performance sometimes sucks. This is the reason. Not anymore. So that's not being fixed because that's fine. This can be toggled while entity is on it. I still need to fix that, maybe? I don't know. Please fix this one day. It feels really gross. Ah, it does. I can't fix that. This sucks. This is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. Game over stuff needs to be done, and I think this is also fine. Holy shit, is that Mario Luigi SM64? No shot. Whatever the SM64 song comes on, bro was waiting. Bro was ready for it. Okay, does this work? I don't know. Nope. Okay, fire effect on you, self. Actually, we don't need to do that anymore. That was for testing. Okay, so he's stunned. Freeze itself. Okay, cool. So that works. That feels better. Now what we can do is we can add a weak effect. So that makes it weak. This doesn't do anything currently. So weakness would be for dealing less damage. So what do we want weak to do? My vote is like, I feel like 50% damage reduction would probably be insane. And I don't know if I want to do... Hey Vector, how's it going? I don't know if I want it to be like an accuracy reduction, a damage reduction by 1%, or a damage reduction by just like a flat amount. It'll probably be a flat amount, to be honest. Which would make it a lot stronger, like when you're weak. Like weak as in like your power, not like the weak stat. So we can say if weak attack damage minus equals we'll say like a random range between like 0, between like 2 and like 4 perhaps. Or sorry, this would be if owner that weak, so whatever's attacking it. I think that should be fine. I'm actually gonna add something here. Set val. Val is equal to max between 0 and val. So if it ever goes below 0, we can clamp it inside of here instead of having to always check this here. That should never let it go below 0. Okay, and then that should be fine. How am I? I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. We can also check if if target not vulnerable. We can do the same thing here, except just add it. So I guess weak and vulnerable are kind of like two sides of the same coin. One is good for you, one is bad for you. How are you doing, Mario Luigi SM64? Why don't... Hold on. I feel like I know you. I feel like I know your name. Mario Luigi SM64. Okay, yeah, you're in like a bunch of servers with me. And you're also friends with Rionu. Mario Luigi SM64. Okay, yeah, you're in like every Mario server that I'm in. Huge. Okay, so let's do this weapon effect. Hold on, can I... Bro getting doxxed. I mean, it's not doxing. It's... I also didn't say what ROM hacking servers I'm in. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. It's just username on like Discord and shit. Hello, the archive, in parentheses, the archive. How are you doing? Are you archiving things today? Okay, let's make this weapon effect class that I was talking so much about. Creates new weapon effect. So the idea here is that instead of having an enum inside of the weapon and using it there. I think I'd rather have the enum in here. So enum weapon effect. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing with the username, but yeah, it just says the archive in parentheses. The archive, as if it's clarifying anything. Which is pretty funny. How many days am I in by now? Let's check the GitHub. GitHub is more reliable than my ability to count Obsidian nodes. This is day 15. This is day 15, and we have... If I stream every single day, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more days. So it'll be like 23 total days. So for weapon effect, eventually I'm gonna have to make levels, and that's like that's the part that I'm not looking forward to. I really like making all these systems that kind of interact with each other. So for weapon effect, we're gonna have a couple types. So obviously none, stun, fire, weak, vulnerable. I like how all these are 4 except for this one. Export var, effect, type, weapon effect. I don't know if there's gonna be like apply chance. I think I should, like between 0 and 1, or yeah, I think between like 0 and 1. Func apply effect to an entity. So what this should do, entity.effects holder, add child. Do I want to do this at this level? I think I can. Oh, there's another thing I wanted to do. Hold up. Let me also drop this really quickly. Damage text, I want to make it generic. And I want to also add a Q. So what I can do is I can add, like, whenever you take multiple hits in a turn, right now it just spawns like a bunch of text. Like, I'm pretty sure I can shut that off in a second. I can't export like a class, can I? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Is there a quick way to write this? Go on Visual Studio Code really quickly. This should make it easier to do what I want to do. That's Minecraft. Not like it matters, but I want to convert all of these into match statements. So match weapon effect. And then effect equals what is the button? What is the button? Is it Control L? No. Lowercase. Uppercase. There we go. I think that should be good. I think that should do it. Oh, sorry. That's not how match statements work. Yes, except there's no vulnerable effect, I guess. Cannot find stun in base weapon effect. Do you want to explain what you mean by that? Because it should be like right here. Cannot find member stun. Is that because of this by chance? No. What's wrong with you? Why are you upset? So you're gonna break because that enum isn't there, and if I add that back... Cannot find member stun in base weapon effect. Are you... sure? You're sure? Wait, what? Does anyone know why that's happening? Is it just stun? No. There are places that I use enums, right? So this is an unnamed enum. That's fine. Aiming mode. Enum aiming mode. Let me just copy this for a second, because you should be working. Although it might be because the rest of the class isn't compiling. No. It feels like this should be fine. Weapon effect. Oh. It's because the class name is also weapon effect. Okay. Effect type. Sure, dude. Whatever you want. Effect dot vulnerable. Effect equals vulnerable effect dot new, which needs to exist. Target its entity turns we'll care about later. So I need to make vulnerable effect. That should be easy. Create new script. Vulnerable effect. Its name. Vulnerable effect. Entity. Start an entity effect. There we go. That should be fine. You're totally declared in the current scope, buddy. Don't lie to me. Effect. This should append that right. We'll worry about effect or apply chance later. So now for the weapon. I guess what we can do is we can have like export var effects. Because now we can have like a list of effects if we want. Not that we need to, but do not find effects because that's not the class name. Or how do I want to apply this? I guess the attack needs effects on it. Node export is only supported in derived classes. Okay, so that should apply the effects. Or it's not going to apply them yet, but it should add the effect to the attack. And then in attack action, do I do it under process attack or do I do it as part of the attack action? I think process attack should do it. Because then if an enemy has resistance to type of... Oh shit, sorry, let me read chat for a second. Just stumbled upon your video about inheritance and composition. 10 minutes of gold content. Thanks a lot. Keep being awesome. I will try to. Look forward to a video once I can make it. Once I'm allowed to make it. On the greatest thing that's ever going to be added to GD script. So that video goes over when you want to use composition instead of inheritance. And there's like a little bit of maybe you want to use inheritance instead of composition. Traits are essentially like, you should probably just always use these. Maybe not always, but like these. So this is the trait system. Look forward to this. Oh my god. I cannot wait. I cannot wait till this gets added. I added a little comment down here, but you can see how this would be implemented. So you can have a trait that allows you to shear things, or a trait that allows you to milk things, so like sheep and cows, and you can mix them together. And I cannot wait for this to get added. It's like the best parts of composition and the best parts of inheritance. Also, thank you, Corte guy, for saying the stream is fire. Seeing someone do status effects as scripts somehow encourages me to implement them in the same way instead of designing a convoluted way to do it with resources. Wait, no, you weren't who was asking about resources last night, were you? That was like brick something. That was bricks parts, I think. Yeah, because you're potato. I know you. I mean, I'm going to use resources for sure. As seen by, if I go to X, I should be able to do this now. Where I can go add element, new weapon effect. Effect type is fire with a chance of like 0.1. I should add a clamp to that. What I do as a day job, I am a web developer. What the hold on. Sorry, I just noticed something. Can I do that? Am I allowed to do this? This is about to be the coolest thing ever if I can, no effect. Stun enemy for X turns. Set enemy, or cause enemy to take fire damage for X turns. Cause enemy to deal less damage for X turns. Holy, that's actually so cool. There's a small issue. This needs to be code, I think. Yeah, you need to be code. Front or back? I do back in web development. Or X turns. Look at that. That looks so good. That's so cool. I love that. Okay, so now what was I doing? I need to actually apply the effect. So enemy. I guess it would be under entity. Yeah, entity. Entity.gd. For process effect, we will do for attack.effects. Hey buddy, where's my intelligence? Oh, sorry, for effect in attack.effects. Effect.apply effect. And then pass in some. What was that function that I saw, by the way? What was apply chance? Oh, that's not a function. That's a property. Oopsies. So now, let's say I make the axe apply fire damage and also stun. Oh, sorry, not quick load. New weapon effect. Stun for that amount of times. Sure. So now he should take fire damage. I should also add a print inside of fire effect so that I can see that he's taking fire damage. Ouch. I'm on fire. Okay, please. Okay, so I hit him. Stunned for 1 frame. Ouch, I'm on fire for 1 frame. Sick. Okay, so he did end up getting stunned and on fire in the same frame. So if one thing, potato. Oh, sorry, I missed another message. Thanks for the compliment, Cordy guy. I appreciate it. One thing about traits, if you wanted to use them right now, I actually have. I've been using them a little bit locally. Let me pull that up really quickly. So coding, Godot 4.4. They're actually like unbelievably useful currently. So this guy, I have this set up so I have remote. Can I see my remotes? They're going to be down here. So I actually have mine based off of his remote branch. So I can do this. You can already use them, even if they don't get merged into 4.4. If you branch off of the same branch that he's using and build your own version of Godot, which if they don't make it into 4.4, I might start using that. And you can actually come in here and make your own project with it. So here, so these are actually like, this is using traits as they're implemented. Which is like, gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. These actually like work really, really, really well. I noticed you only made the enemy take phage damage. I'm assuming you mean fire damage or like just direct damage or something. There could be enemies that deal fire damage. Do I plan on creating that possibility? Yes. So currently, because I'm just doing like the minimum viable. Hold on, let me close this shit. I'm doing the minimum viable, like just getting it working. So I'm just doing like the take damage function directly. I want to make this like deal damage to them with an attack. Which could have the unintended side effects of like maybe a enemy has a chance of getting stunned from fire damage, and so they apply a fire. Whenever they take damage from a fire attack, they have a chance of getting stunned, which would like cause like a super loop or something, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking way too ahead for that. But yeah, I do want to add like a damage type to the attack, because currently the attack can apply effects, but they don't have like any sort of like damage type here, which I will be adding. So what was I doing now? So that works. I need to add the ability for these effects. So weapon effect. I want you to have a turn count of, we'll say 5 for now. I can multi-select this, go over here, turn count. And then I also want to roll the supply chance now. So I can do rand f range 0, 1 greater than supply chance. Is that how I want to do that? So it'll generate between 0 and 1 if it's greater than apply chance. No, if it's less than apply chance. Because then 0.1, anything greater than 0.1 would not work. Yeah, that's what I want. Less than equal to, sure. Low precision type things. So if it's less than or equal to apply chance, we can do this effect matching. I guess, sorry, we can do this. Just early return. Then we can see if effect, or if not effect, return. So for any chance, if the effect type is like none, or if it's not like an effect that we can create, we can just return. This isn't super optimized because I can also check if the effect type is none and return early, but I don't care enough for that. It's not going to cause issues. If it causes issues, if that ends up being the straw that breaks the roguelike's back, then so be it. So now... Oh, you know what? It did not apply because it's only a 10% chance. So now he's on fire. And now he's stunned, but he died. Cool. So let's do this. So we did this now. So I think that's honestly, like, maybe not perfect, but, like, that works really well. Hold on. There's a thing that I want to do. Is there window, single window mode? Yes, please. Sorry, I just noticed that there was an issue with Godot that I wanted to fix. I noticed I wasn't using single window mode. It is not generated yet, and I don't know if it will be. I might just make it so that there's different like floor templates that will randomly use. Currently, the dungeon is drawn by hand. I'm using tile maps. So, for example, I have a couple other levels. So I have this level 1 right here, where I can draw walls, like so. I can drop a locked door in. I can put down a couple enemies. And if I hit F6, this should... Sorry, wrong one. If I hit F6, this should just work. Cool. Now we have all these enemies, which were kind of... Uh-oh. Effect holder. What is wrong with you, entity? What, is this the player? I bet this is the player. So the player actually doesn't have an event effect holder, apparently. And that's because in player.gd, we are not calling super, because super is for other things. Effect holder is equal to node.new. Add child effects folder. Am I going to implement any sort of a random generation for the map? I don't know. That would have to be something that I would play around with off stream to see how hard it is, because I've never done random generation like that. And I don't particularly want to sit here on stream and go through like someone else's video and just like learn all of that, because that would be probably pretty boring. Yeah, so this is the thing I was talking about, by the way. So I wanted to add a damage queue here, because whenever I hit, like if I hit wait, I have 4 numbers on top of each other. I would like it instead if it would like go like 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 until like the damage queue is full. So like it would add an attack to it and then it would just like spit them off 1 by 1. Also, we're stunned apparently, even though the player only kind of can't be stunned currently, which I should be able to be stunned. Grid world. That's gonna be really fucking annoying, by the way. Faced, I was low-key hoping for a random generation tutorial. Maybe if I can figure it out off stream and it feels like something I can tackle within a day, or like within like 2 or 3 hours, then I'll probably end up doing it on stream. I don't know though, because roguelike dungeon generation, I'm sure that there's an article on it, like old school roguelike dungeon generation. Oh god. Okay. Does this have like an implementation anywhere? Oh, it does. Okay. I mean, if you want recommendation, this one looks pretty good. So it does these different algorithms, I guess. So tunneling, BSP tree, random walk. This one generates like really cool looking caves. Like this would be like a cave map. I fuck with that heavy. Cellular automata. Ooh. Roguelike. Yeah, because Brogue. But they also have their implementation here. So it looks like you can just go into their code and they have all the different generation algorithms. Which I guess a lot of these is like printing things to the screen, but house module. Yeah, so I guess like if I wanted BSP tree or if I wanted cellular automata. Cellular, no? Automata, no? Really? Oh, sorry, it's here. This is the thing I need. Automata. Key 4, self-map, use cellular automata. Self.cellular automata.map or .generate. Cellular automata uses this class, which should... How long is this file? Oh, wow. That is a long-ass class. So from here, says like 772. It's like, almost 300 lines. I'm going to bookmark this, actually. This is a really cool looking old school like generation. Oh, no, you're not derailing me too much. I mean, this is something that I was going to end up looking at anyways, so... I guess like looking at this right now. So this looks like a really good way, because I mean, it's Python, so it's GD script enough. Rogue Basin has a lot of it, the most basic one being cellular automata, which would be doable in 3 hours. Yeah, that looks like it'd be doable. I would just probably end up copying it and adopting it to GD script. So now, let's see. So we should have player input somewhere. Player input? Yeah, player input. The owner's player. So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to say if player got stunned, action equals action entity action dot new. Now what is it called? Is it action type dot wait? So essentially what that should do is if the player gets stunned, which they have a high chance of getting stunned here. Oh, sorry, not this scene. This scene. So I got stunned. So now if I try moving... Oh, just kidding. I lied. Oh, you know what the problem is? I know exactly what the problem is. We are not processing events. So I guess it would be in here. In here, I would do reset or player.reset modifiers, player.tick defects. So now the player should be like on par with how the enemies are processed. Yeah, okay, dog. I don't... Sorry, I messed up something, didn't I? Yeah, I did, because I'm overwriting this. So this should actually be down here. Or I guess it would be here. Doesn't really matter too much. So now the player doesn't have privilege. So once I see stuns show up in chat, there we go. So now if I'm trying to move, player died to fire damage. Okay, cool. That works. I'm happy with that. Ugh. God, I'm so tired today. I really wish I got more sleep. I really, really do. But I woke up at like 7 this morning. 7 or 7:30. And I was like, man, I've got like 4.5 hours till I have to stream. And then I was like, I can go back to sleep. And then I tried to go back to sleep. And I didn't. I couldn't. So I ended up getting up at like 8:30. And I was like, I guess it's time to do things today. Okay, so player dies. Let's do this. So I wanted to do this because that will make it a lot easier to see things happening. So this damage numbers class, sorry, I should also commit this first. So let's go back. We will go Godot, Stream Roguelike, git add dot, git commit, basic effects, git push origin master. There we go. Cool. So now damage numbers not text. So this is not a generic class in the slightest, but I think I could make this generic. Because ideally, let me think about how I want to do this. Where are we crafting this? Damage number? I'm assuming it's damage underscore number somewhere. Yeah. What are these two files? Attack action. Oh, sorry, it's the same file. So we're kind of spawning this. I think instead... what we can do is we can have a... I'm going to reach for auto load here, which is going to feel a little gross. I'm going to go ahead and make a... what would this be called? It's not a damage number. It's not like just... I was thinking of calling it like text manager. Which we'll call it like message manager. I think that's fine enough. So what this will do is sorry, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I guess it would be based on the position. It would be like a map between where in the world the message is going to appear and the list of messages that need to appear. This seems a little bit stupid, I won't lie, but I think it's fine because I was like, I could just append it to the entity and then like check it, but I think this will be fine. So for... Sorry, let me think about this again. So we can do like a grid position is mapped to an array, and inside of this array would be like a message, which would include something like -2 for like the damage, or like a message that would be something like stunned. And then I think that's fine. So var message queues will be a dictionary. So I'm trying to think of like how I want to actually like handle this. Because I could just do it whenever the last message disappeared, but that doesn't exactly work. Or queue in message queues. Let's just write this and see if this works. So keys. So this should get me the grid positions. So for each position in the current queue, we'll get the queue. It will be an array. For now, we'll just do strings. Position, or not position, sorry, message, queues dot get. Arrays can't be null, can they? I don't know how GD script handles that. If queue continue. So if we don't have a queue currently, we can continue. If the queue dot size is greater than 0, queue dot pop. Hey, buddy, I just have a question for you. Well, you can tell that it's not. You can tell it's an array string. Why can't we like? Why don't we have IntelliSense? Like, I know you know what you are. Whatever. I'll just check the methods here. There should be like a pop method or something, right? Pop back, pop front. We'll say pop front. Is this a modifying method? Does this like actually remove one? Because we're kind of making a queue. Removes and returns. Okay. It also returns null if the array is empty without generating an error. That's actually really handy. So I guess I can just do var message is equal to q dot pop front frame front. So this should now be a string. Got back from reading the dungeon repo. One thing I want to try to implement one day is villager generation. You should do it like Minecraft. So like 99% of houses are fine, but that 1% is like a house that's like 500 blocks in the air and generates like 16,000 cobblestone down to bedrock. How would you make a global enum so it's accessible from everywhere in the project? Great question. I have an answer for you. So I actually have a global enum here called action type. It's not in my currently open files. It's not in any of my open files. Action type. So there should be this. Where is this? Action enum. So I have this file called action enum with a class type called action type, and it has an unnamed enum. You could also do like enum type, and then like blah, and then anywhere else in your project. So like this is a random file that probably doesn't use action type, or I'll even do something more random like grass spawner. I can see action type dot, and then I can see attack, drop item, whatever, or we can also access that sub enum like so. You can access it from anywhere. No. I already have the best viewers, thank you. What do you mean best viewers? I don't need to pay for viewers. Okay, so this should give me a message. If not a message, continue. I guess, sorry, there's another issue here, being that if we've popped this, we can say message use dot remove. Is there a remove dot set? Pause null. Is there not like a dot clear dot erase? Dot erase. There we go. All right, time to like take a nap. Good luck, bit. Thank you. Good luck to yourself. naps can be very stressful when they don't work. So if there's no message, obviously we have a clear queue and we shouldn't be looping through this ever again. So what we can do now is we can also say if queue, which we can do this at the end. If queue dot size is less than or equal to 0, should never be less than 0, but we can now say pause. We can do this as well. There we go. Did I give you $1 million? I don't have $1 million to give, brother. I wish. If I had enough money to give everyone $1 million, I probably wouldn't, because that would kill the economy. But I would give a few people $1 million. You're on the list. Let's see. Queue size less than or equal to 0. What else am I doing? So I'm not actually spawning any messages currently. So I guess we'll do var message scene act scene equals reload as damage number .tsc and wherever it's at. This one. Hold on. Sorry, someone on my server just asked for spider pictures, so now I have to oblige. Spider. How do we feel about spiders, chat? Because I love jumping spiders. I think they are so unbelievably adorable. Okay, there we go. Extra question, how would you make something of that global enum type and give it a default value? So that is a great question. I don't know if you can reference that global enum type like this. So like action type, of type, action type. I don't believe this works. Yes, so this doesn't work unless you use this. So I can actually do, if you name it inside of the file, you can say action type dot type. So you can do that and reference it. So for example, this is my weapon class. So any of my weapons, like for example, if I go to axe, so now I should have a field called action type that uses this enum automatically, like blah, rah, kaboom. So this should automatically use those values from this once it updates, please. Once it updates, perhaps. Maybe I have to close the resource and open up a different one. Please, buddy, don't make me look like an idiot. Hold on, it's making me look like an idiot. I might be making me look like an idiot, but I think it's this. Yeah, there we go. So blah, grind, kaboom. If you want to give it a default value, so inside of the class, you can say equals action type dot type, and then like for example, if I want it to be default kaboom, you can set it like that, and then these should have kaboom as their default value, and then I can just change it as I want. That should be that. Yeah, so one gotcha is just that you can't use the unnamed enums as exports. If you do name them, you can use them as exports though. That's the only difference. As long as it doesn't walk on me, I'm good. I might give an exception to a jumping spider. I think jumping spiders are so fucking cute, man. Spider warning for everyone on stream. I'm about to pull up a picture of a spider, but it's like the cutest thing in the world. So, like, you shouldn't be scared. But if you are, I understand. All right, spider's flying in on the screen. It's gonna be really small. Wah, oh, wah. Look at these dudes. Look at him. He's like so fucking cute. Look at them big ol' eyes. Apparently, jumping spiders don't have like a neck or anything. So whenever they want to look at you, they have to turn their entire body And apparently these eyes like are really detailed. Like the other ones can detect motion, but these can like actually detect more nuanced things. And apparently they have the ability to remember humans. Apparently, allegedly. So if you ever see a jumping spider turn, it's so it can get a better look at you with its like actual detailed eyes. And what they'll do is you'll see them like they'll turn and then like their entire body will kind of like tilt up so they look at you, and then they'll tilt back down so they like look at like the entirety of you. They're like checking you out, but like in a cool way, you know? Anyways, enough about spiders. What were we doing? What was I doing? Oh yeah, damage numbers. So this is not a particularly ready to use class. So let's make this a little bit more generic. Excuse me. So let's do this. So var message for now will be a string. And I'm gonna drop a little to do here. Sorry, C style to do. Make an object. So I can include color information because I think color would be sick. And then what I can do is I can say damage dot post, or damage text dot text is equal to message. So instead of passing in an attack, we can instead format this from elsewhere. So the attack will never be used anymore, which is fine. Oh, sorry, let me read chat. How many years of dev experience do I have? I have, I want to say 7, or actually thinking about it. Yes, I have around 7 years of dev experience. 5 years of professional, 2 years in college. I appreciate that you think I'm pretty good at dev. I tried, I'm okay at dev. Sort of my like subset of dev is like teaching people. So that's like the part that I really, really like. I've been working for 2 years as a front-end Vue.js developer and just now switched to iOS. Making games has always been my dream. Huge. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way to do it. I mean, I am a back-end developer by day, and a game developer sometimes by day, as you can see right now, but usually by night. So let's see, damage text equals message. So this should not be called damage text anymore. This should also not be called damage number. This should be called we'll just call it world message text, which is going to need a couple other things. So this will be called message text. This will be called message label. I guess label is the correct thing, but do I stream on any schedule? I do. I don't know how to do a schedule on YouTube. I do it on Twitch though. I need to update that actually now that I'm thinking about it. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at, I think it's going to be 6:30 p.m. Eastern now. EST, which is about 5 hours from right now. And on Sundays, I stream at noon EST, which is an hour and a half ago. So we've been live for about an hour and a half. I might do just like non-scheduled streams, but for now, that's my schedule to keep me honest about working on this. Damage numbers. So this is not going to be called damage number anymore. This is called world message. And you are not called damage anymore. You're called world message. And you, last name, world message. Okay, so now message manager should get a world message.tscn. So what we can do is when we have a message in the queue, we can pop it off and spawn a message scene.instantiate. Var spawned scene is going to be a world message. And then we can simply say spawned scene dot message is equal to message. And then we can add child to, I guess, this. Or no, let's do get tree dot current scene dot add child message spawn scene. So that way on scene dot global position is equal to grid position or pause times grid world dot cell size. Yes, that should work. This should spawn all the messages at once. There's currently nothing that adds a message, so I'm gonna have to go to the attack action, which is where messages are currently being spawned. They shouldn't. And now we can do this. So we can do message manager dot. I don't even have like an add message thing. Hold on. Sorry, forgot about that. Func add message with a position, which will be a vector 2i, and a message string void. So we will get varq is an array of strings. Message queues dot get pause if not q is equal to a new array. Q dot push back the message message queues dot set pause and then q. Is set not a function in dictionary? Add set. Oh, sorry, it's accessed via that. Like so. Yes, so now we'll push back a message, and then that should work. So now I can do attack action, message manager, add message with the position being target.grid position. And for the message, I will deal minus string dot damage. Yes, that should be good to go. Let's find out if that works. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna punch the shit out of this wall and see if it works. Ooh, nice. Yeah, misspelled. Good position. Continue. Do you work now? No. Type nil. Okay. So the problem is nil cannot be assigned to variable. Okay, whatever. You're kind of guaranteed to be this though, which means this is also going to throw an error. Which is fine enough, because the only way this is ever going to be anything is if I push back the thing, right? Okay, invalid operator, vector 2, I, and vector 2. Yeah, you're right. That's fine. Eventually this will work. There we go. Okay. So now that works. So whenever I attack this, it will do that. Stick. Okay. Owner is null. That's because the enemy is attempting to attack the player, but it shouldn't, because the enemy is dead. What? Process entities. Action.owner is equal to cell.character. How have I not run into this yet? Wait, how could I run into this. Due process. Should have ticked it. This is an enemy. Oh, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. So what happened is we called tick effect, which caused the fire damage to kill the enemy, and then we kept going. So instead what we should do is we should say if queued for free is queued for deletion, self, return entity action.new. Now we just, we've added a small problem, which is self.is queued for deletion. Which is here. We've caused a problem. Which is if self.character. And that problem is the enemy can die mid-frame, which is a problem, obviously. Cool. Okay. So that works, I think. Okay, give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna be right back in like a minute. Okay, we're back. Right. Let me reset this program because I know I need to. Mic. Okay, cool. Let me keep up with the server really quickly, see if anyone's talking about anything. Okay. So this, what the fuck was I doing? Oh yeah, world message. So, for example, whenever the enemy gets stunned, I want to do something where I do action. No, message manager dot add message at target dot grid position where it just says stunned. Okay, and does that work? Can I stun a wall? Sorry, I just thought about something. Can I? I can. Okay, I did in fact stun the wall. Cool. And then we can do what? So this runs all of these at once. Instead, what we want to do is in the message manager, instead of, oh, that's, sorry, I found a cool way to recreate that bug. I've actually never seen that. I've seen that bug a couple times. Hold on. There should be an attack action right here. If I control click on this. Yeah, okay. So I guess that's like a small bug that could be fixed, where when you control click on a global class or an auto load, it tries to take you to a line that doesn't exist. Cool. I wonder how that's done in Godot. Okay, sorry, that's not relevant to this. So for this message manager, I would like to do func ready. I guess, sorry, this should be a scene, shouldn't it? Because of what I want to do here. I could, you know what? Fuck it. Var current time. Var. What would I call this? Like cycle time or something, or like message time. So this will spawn a new message every like 20.25 second. And this will add on ready that. I don't know if I actually need to do that. Message time minus equals not point or minus delta. Sorry, current time minus equals delta if current time is less than or equal to 0. We can func show messages. And then set current time equal to message time. So what this should do, it's essentially the same as a timer. I'm just doing it manually. So it should start at 0.25, and then as process is called, it should tick down delta. Once this gets 2 or lower than 0, it will pop the next messages off of every thing, and then it will set it back up to the normal value, and then it'll just keep doing that forever. So it should, hopefully, if we go to level 1 here, since we've got a bunch of things attacking, this should queue up messages. There we go. Cool. Oh, that like works beautifully, actually. Cool. So that is good. I'm going to add another to-do list here. Message class colors. Because I want to add colors to this now. So let's do that. So I guess this would be kind of under UI, although I guess it's technically data. So I'll just make a data class for that, which will be message.gd. Instead of message.gd, it will just be class name message, which will include a couple things. Those things being the text, which is a string, and the color, which is a color. When we init text string equals nothing, color equals let's say like, where am I setting this up already? Under world message, I think, is where I'm setting the color. It's not this color, hue, because I like that color. I guess, you know what? Here, we're gonna do this as well. Under data script, or I guess, would this be data? This would be more enum. We will add T colors. Oh, I can't do that. I guess it would be const then. So red is a color dot new hex code. Can I do hex codes in Godot? Hex HTML. Is HTML the same as hex? Yes. Okay. Data colors color dot hex. Not hex. Sorry, HTML. It's not const. I don't care. It's like basically const. So static var, and then that should be fine for now. Okay, this should work. Yes. And in the message queue, we will do pass any message now. That will get pushed back. This is now a message. If that doesn't exist, it's fine. So we will say message equals, I guess, message. And then instead of ready, so this will be a message class with no more to do here. Message label is message.text. Message label.color. What is this? How does this work? Font color. Font underscore color, I'm assuming is what I need to do. So that shouldn't matter anymore. So why are we complaining? Make that make sense. Okay, and then under attack action, we will do this. Message dot new. Okay, cool. And then for the stun effect, message dot new. You will use our first new color that I will now pick. Do I have like a dark color? What does light gray look like? Can I see hex codes? I can't. Okay, cool. Okay, that's not a color that I wanted. Let me open this up in Visual Studio Code really quickly so I can see these actual colors. We can use this one. Yay. Okay, that works fine enough. Except I think this needs to be offset up just a little bit because the way that it looks, it's kind of kind of hard to read. Cool. So that works, and then here, this will be control slash for now. Yeah, so that's a little bit more readable. And then I think every time you try to move, it should probably tell you that you're still stunned, at least in some fashion. Cool. Okay, so that works. That's generic enough. I might come back to this and make it look a little bit better later, but that's fine with me. I'm gonna add a couple more colors to that really quickly, though, because I have a couple colors that I like. So, static var, what would work well in this? A blurple would be kind of sick. HTML. So that should be a good blurple. Static var home. And then this one. Each. Cool. Okay, so those should be usable if I need them. So what else did I want to tackle today? I guess giving weapons the ability to apply that. I guess also fire damage needs. We'll just start with fire for now. Fire damage needs its own thing. And I would also like to add a ready message manager dot add message target set grid position message dot new. That is not a brown. Sorry, hold on. That's not a brown. There's no way you called that brown. That's like very clearly just red. What an insane... Okay. Okay, so set on fire. Things that are set on fire should now say that they were set on fire. There we go. So now it's on fire. And it'll keep taking fire damage. But I need it to actually show that it's taking fire damage. So we're going to go to attack. And we're going to add an elemental type. So var elemental type will be elemental type. So enum elemental fire. I guess it'll be like element. So for example, fire damage will deal fire damage. Who would have thought? Can't have mandatory. You're so right. Element.none. Okay, so now, for example, when we are doing, what's the file called? Fire effect. So instead of doing this, we can just say var attack equals attack.new. And then fire damage might just have like a chance to burn for either 1 or 2 damage. So from 1 to 2, or I guess it would be rand I range. Is this exclusive? This is inclusive. Okay, cool. Attack dot damage equals that. Attack dot elemental type is equal to attack dot element dot fire. Okay, and then this should... Oh, you know what? How about this? In attack action, instead of doing this here, I think it would be it would make a lot more sense for it to be just generic to any time we get attacked, to add a message here. Like that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then we can also, just for like a static func from attack. So this will be like a helper method. So all it will do is it will say message dot text is equal to, is equal to this plus string attack dot damage, and then we can do like a match on attack dot elemental type, and we can say message dot color. Like for example, this could be color dot. We'll just use the quote unquote brown. Oh, sorry. This should be attack dot element dot fire. Return message. Okay, and then so what this should do is it'll take an attack, it'll handle the damage text, it'll handle the coloring, and then all we have to do now is we can say message dot from attack. And it should just handle it for us. And then inside of the fire effect, we can just process the attack, and then it will handle it accordingly. There we go. So fire damage, you can see whenever I press wait, it will take fire damage. Cool. So eventually I should start taking fire damage from this guy. So I'm stunned. Now I'm gonna... Oh no, sorry. Now I'm on fire. So the next turn, I take 1 fire damage, 1 fire damage, 2 fire damage, 1, 2, and then I'm off fire. Sick. That, like, actually works kind of perfectly. I won't lie. That actually was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And it actually works, like, unbelievably well. Because now what I could do is, like, if something has fire resistance, whenever we take damage, we can check their equipment or their stats or whatever, like, resistances they have. I want to listen to the Outer Wild song again. I'm sorry for everyone. I'm going to put this on. I mean, I'm sorry not because it's a bad song, but because I'm sure it's going to stir up feelings for people who love Outer Wild. Okay, so what could I do right now? So this is done, this is done. Where's my... this? About 40 minutes at a minimum. that I want to do for more streaming. I'm trying to think of what I should do. Let me commit this as well really quickly. So let me get rid of some of these prints. So this should be fine. Git add dot git commit am. We can do elemental damage and message queue. And push origin master. I guess there's another thing that I could do, which is for the grid world. When an action is performed, we can say message manager dot current time is equal to 0. What this should do is anytime we perform an action, it should be instant that something happens. And then anytime after that. Yeah. It feels a little bit more responsive, because before what it was doing is it was waiting until that time was passed. So if we added a message and there was 0.25 seconds left, it would wait for a quarter of a second before playing the message, but now we're forcing it to flush the first message out the second the action is performed. Sick. Yeah, that actually feels a lot better. Yeah, that actually feels so much better. Oh, the player died. Oops. Okay, so that works. Let me add a little git commit. Small image or small text update. Okay, so that works. Are there any issues that I know of that I need to fix? So we'll go to the bugs. Where's bugs? Game bugs. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work the way I expect, and I don't particularly know how I want to handle that. Is there an associated action with that? Let's see, so in the player file... Can I do, like... something like this? Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. So, where's this called from? Just there? Sick. Event input event key. And then instead of doing this, we can say event.isAction pressed. And then here we can pass in the event. So now, oh. If event is input, I guess I could put this here. I could do this here, and then that, I think, should be good. So now if I move the mouse around, it doesn't do anything. You're not... exactly doing what I want you to. I don't know why. Is action pressed? It's not pressed return. Why isn't this, shouldn't this be echoing? Okay, it does echo, but input direction is not. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's not always really. I thought it was earlier, was it not? Hold on. This wasn't doing what I thought it would? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, everything's upset now. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Input. Rerun. Oh, it doesn't count echoes. It only shows up one single time. That's really annoying. Due to keyboard ghosting, is pressed may return false even if one of the actions keys is pressed. See input examples in the documentation for more. Oh, man. Okay. And there's not like a, yeah. I was thinking that it would echo that. So if I do like print event.is match. Okay, is there a way to do that? Or do I just have to... How do I do, isn't there like an action map? Input map? Get action... Is this a dictionary, perhaps? It is. Right? Oh no, this is an array. Oh, I can't just like... Ah, that's so annoying. Oh no, this is just strings. How do I get the action? Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess I'm not fixing that right now. Because that doesn't seem to be a super easy to fix thing in this, unfortunately. So that's going to go on the back burner. Okay, and then let's do... Hold on, check something really quickly. See, is there anything that I wanted to add through this procedural stuff would be really cool, but I'm not doing that today. I might in stream a little early, honestly. Because I feel like I kind of got the things that were in my head done today. And then I think next time we can consider doing procedural stuff. If not, we can do level building, because I'll do some research. If by Tuesday I feel like I have procedural stuff down, I can do that. I can set up procedural stuff. Otherwise, oh my god, wait, hold on. Wait, okay, hold on. Sorry. I just looked over. Okay, sorry for people that's been typing in chat. I just realized. So my YouTube chat on OBS has been frozen. So I have not seen your messages. I'm so sorry. I thought that nobody was talking. Basically, since 1:45, I haven't seen any messages. I thought that people just weren't talking. Let's see. Let me go back and answer these. Hopefully the people that are still here. I think that was for the class name thing. I think so. The issue with class name, yeah, is it expects a class name even though it's a auto load. I was thinking about going through and fixing that bug because that's a bug that has been showing up a lot. Doesn't Godot have a built-in color picker? I don't know. Or yes, there's an export var that you can use for a color picker. What's my favorite game? Probably Minecraft. Also, Rolo is here. Sorry for missing your messages. You're switching to Hacker SM64. You ported Boss 2 to an M64. Nice. Pandora Box. I do not have a job besides YouTube. Or, sorry, I don't know why I said I don't have a job besides YouTube. YouTube is not my job, is what I mean. I do not make much money off of YouTube by choice. It is like pennies and dimes off of ad revenue. So I do have a job outside of YouTube. Am I making a game? Kind of. I was thinking about picking up a long-term game project that I can work on outside of this. But currently, it is just this. And I'm working on this game for stream so that people can learn. You said why? Are you asking about not making a game? Or are you asking about... What are you asking about? Sorry. Hacker SM64 is so much better. It really is. It really, really is. Why make games? Because I think games are cool. I mean... Why does anyone else make games? I'm a developer outside of YouTube. Like an actual, like I do web dev outside of YouTube. Let's see. Is there anything I can show off right now? Instead of just like ending stream. Because I don't think I have the mental energy to keep working on this project right now. Just because I kind of finished everything that I thought that would take me like a couple more hours. Backend. Oh, you know what? I can check this. Let me see if this auto-uploaded again. So, stream roguelike. So it should be loading this. I was also thinking about making a Super Mario 64 ROM hack one day on stream. We will see if that ever happens. I think the next time there's a competition, I might do that. Okay, so character's on fire, so I'm going to take fire damage. Sick. Stun. So that guy's stunned, so he can't do anything. Cool. So he dies. We can go to the next level. I still really like that transition screen. I think it looks sick. Oh, player's dead. A lot of messages just happened there. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works. Let me see. Is there anything else that I can do? I mean, there is, but probably not today. But yeah, I think I'm going to end stream just a little bit early. Sorry for missing so many messages. OBS was not updating my chat, so I thought that nobody was there. But I am going to head out for the day. Sorry you just joined, but you know, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and I'm also very unbelievably hungry. So I'm going to get late lunch. So I will catch everybody later. Goodbye. I will see you on Tuesday. Oh, sorry. Do I have a dream game? I want to make one someday before I leave. Do I have a dream game? I feel like if you asked me that like 2 or 3 years ago, the answer would be yes. But the answer now is just like, I don't know. Probably something like Cave Story, where it's like an actually like a good platformer, but like a Metroidvania. I mean, I feel like everyone wants to make a Metroidvania though, or like something with like a lot of systems that play together. Either a Metroidvania or something that is completely system driven, like what I'm making now, but like better. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Take care. Have a good rest of your Sunday, and see you guys on Tuesday if you are able to join.